Aggregation. This is where you stop looking at raw data row by row and start understanding big picture. Aggregation simply means summarizing your data. Instead of thousands of rows, you turn your data into meaningful insight like totals, averages, counts, patterns. So you are basically asking what is happening in my data overall. Once you understand aggregation, you no longer just looking at data. You are understanding the story behind the data. Now let's jump into the code and start discovering the pattern together. Again, I have imported this CSV file and created a new column with name of total price, and we have calculated total price by multiplying quantity with unit price. Now we'll do some value counts. For that we need to do like this. Actually, let me run this if it is working perfectly. UV run. And we are printing data frame in here. After all, we are actually going to do some value counts. This is important for analyzing frequency. First of all, let's create a variable customer counts. Counts is equal df underscore or df underscore orders, and from here customer name. Let me check it again. Do you have any customer name column in here? Product name, customer ID. I guess we don't have any customer name. Let's go with product name instead of customer name. So let me close this and def orders and product name, then value counts. Let's see, value counts. Now let's print it. Print product counts instead of customer counts. Change the variable name and again run this. Here it is. We have product name, wireless headphone on, running shoes on, coffee maker, and all of those items we have on product for all of them actually. And we have length of 120 product names. Now we are going to see most frequent product by calling this function print most. This is going to be a f string most product. Most frequent product is going to be product counts dot index 0. In here I'm going to check how many products do we have actually. For that, let's do like this. Products. Let me just copy this. I'm making plenty of grammatical and spelling mistake I log. This is how we'll get by using index, we'll get values. So this would be products. I think we should go with category instead of product name. So let me just copy this category, and here instead of product name, let's go with category so you'll understand better. Category counts, let me copy this. Okay, in here instead of product we have used category to make you better understand, and in here we have selected category column, we counted the values, then we used this category counts dot index. Actually, how this value counts work, this counts unique values in a series. It returns a series with values as index and count as values. Then it is stored by count descending by default. Now let's work with numeric data. And in here, after this category counts, we are going to create a price beans df underscore orders, orders. In here group by, then we'll group by order status, then size, and again we are going to use this shipping method. We are going to group by both. Let's see how it works. Price beans, let's see. List object has no attribute size. Yeah, we need to call this size function after this group by function. That is why it is not working. Again, I'm going to call this, and here it is grouped by order status first, all order status confirmed. In here we have shipping method, express and standard, express 3 and standard 2, and we have order status delivered. In here we are actually grouping by shipping method, which we have 45, express and standard 48. Same goes for others as well. Actually we didn't use beans in here, therefore I am just going to rename it to status method counts. Let me copy this and paste it below here. Now we are going to use our aggregation methods. To do that, let me use this print equal multiplied by 40. Then we are going to print total orders. This is going to be a f string. Total orders is going to be len df orders. Then we can find out total quantity sold by doing this. Let me just copy and paste it below here, and let me change it to quantity sold, and we can do like this. Len, we don't need len in here, df underscore orders, then quantity. Actually let's use single quotation mark instead of double quotation mark, since we have already used double quotation mark in this f string, so we are not going to use that again. After this quantity we are going to use this function sum. Okay, by using this sum function we'll get the total quantity we have sold. Now let's duplicate it by just pressing Ctrl D for duplicate. Let's change it to average unit price. In order to calculate the average unit price, let's do like this, unit price, and we are going to unit price, we are going to use a function that is not going to be sum, instead it is going to be mean. This is for calculating average as we have seen previously, and here I'm going to use a colon, then 2f. Actually this is going to be a fraction of number. For example, we get a long number after the dot, so it will fraction to 2 digit after dot. So hope you understand. I have shown you previously this. Then average unit price, then I'm going to calculate median total price, median total price. Actually instead of unit price it will be total price, and function we are going to use is median, not mean. So let me duplicate it by using Ctrl D. Here I'm going to find out minimum quantity. We are not going to use total price in here, instead we are going to use quantity and mean. And you know how to calculate the maximum quantity. This is very similar. Maximum quantity max. Now this time I'm going to calculate standard deviation of price. For that, of price, this is going to be unit price, then std. Now let's print out everything. Yeah, everything is working. Total orders we have 120 and total quantity sold 192. Average unit price is 51.16. Median total price is 49.98. Minimum quantity is 1 and maximum quantity is 4 we have sold, and standard deviation of price is 49.60. We can calculate multiple aggregation with AGG function. Let me show you how. Price stats is equal df underscore orders. Then I'm going to use unit price for this, unit price, and this is the function we are going to call AGG. In here I'll do mean. Actually all the operation I need to do is mean, then median, and everything must be with a single quotation mark inside this list, then std, then mean, then max, and the last one will be count. Let me print the price stats. Price stats, again run this file. Here we are getting, actually I am running another file. Now let's again run this, and here we got mean which has matched with this mean. this is the average 51.16. This is the fraction on number we got in here, and median is 34.99. I guess it is not working in actually median total price. It is median of unit price, so both of them will be different for sure. And this is the standard deviation of unit price which we got in here. Again, minimum and maximum. Here is minimum quantity and here is maximum quantity, and we got minimum of unit price and maximum of unit price in here. We can use custom function for aggregation as well. So to do that, let me just create another variable with name of custom stats, then df underscore orders, then again unit price, and here I'm going to call the function AGG. In here first one will be mean, and the second function we are going to call is going to be a custom function. So I'm going to create this custom function above here div, this is the function. In here we are going to get a variable, get a parameter actually, return x dot mean minus x dot max minus x dot mean. Here let me print the custom stats again. Instead of price stats, let me put it custom stats, and again let me see. Yeah, it is working. This is mean and this is the range function. We can group by with multiple aggregation. To do that, let me do like this. Category price stats is equal df underscore orders, and here we need to call group by function, and we are going to group for category, and we have created this total price above here. You see, this is the column we have created, and in here I'm just going to print the category price stats. Let me show you again here. Actually, let me make it a little bit clear with this, and in here let's see. Yeah, we are getting actually the reference. Actually I made mistake here. This is going to be category, and after this group by function we need to use this total price. Then we are going to call this egg function, and in here sum mean, then max, then count. Again let's call the, here we are getting accessories. The sum of the accessories is this, and this is the mean for accessories, and this is the maximum values of accessories. And how many accessories do we have? We have 4 accessories. Same goes for automotive, beauty, clothing, etc. categories. Same goes for them as well. We can use different aggregation for different columns as well. To do that, let me copy this and paste it below here, and afterward multi ag is equal df underscore orders, then group by category, this is going to be inside single quotation mark or double quotation mark, whichever you prefer in here. And here I'm going to call this AGG function. In here I am just going to do like this: total quantity is equal quantity, and the function we are going to use sum, and this is for total quantity column. And we can use different aggregation function for different columns, as we said earlier. So we are going to use it, and in here I'm going to use average, AVG, average quantity is equal quantity, and it will be mean. Then we have total revenue. Total revenue is going to be total price, sum. This is going to be our total revenue, and this is going to be average price is going to be unit price, and average of unit price we get by using this mean function. Again, I'm going to print it out here. Let's see it is working or not. Yeah, it is working. We are getting total quantity, average quantity, total revenue, average price, etc. All the column we have used, and all the aggregation function we have used for different columns. It is working properly. Here df underscore orders is equal orders, and then here I'm going to create a new column with name of category average price, and in here df underscore orders dot group by, in here category, then unit price. After unit price we are going to call a function called transform mean dot round to. Now let's print it out and see. Yeah, we are getting all those categories here. Category average price is 70, and we have grouped by wireless headphones, running shoes. Those are things we have grouped by. We are getting only 5 items. You can see we have called this function head. By default it returns 5 items, and here we are actually calling this df orders with those specific columns. Now again df orders, let me copy paste this so you can understand better. Copy paste this and df orders, and here I'm going to do some ranking. Price rank in category. Let me copy this group by category till here and paste it here. Then I need unit price. Then unit price, then I'm going to call the function rank. This is not going to be actually we got an autocomplete issue. ascending false. We don't want in ascending orders. We want category which has more price. Then again I am going to call this print below here. Instead of category average price, I am going to call this price rank in category. Let me check it out. Yeah, it is working. Price rank in category, which is in descending order. Now let's create a pivot table. To do that, let me just paste it here so you can see better. And in here, pivot on is equal pd pandas dot pivot. Actually I spelled pivot wrong. This would be pivot pivot, and in here underscore table pivot table pd dot pi. Yeah, it should work now. In here df underscore orders, then values is going to be quantity, index is going to be this product name, and here columns is going to be category. Then we need to use a aggregation function. AGG function is going to be sum. I don't know why this is happening to me. Yeah, this should be like this. And aggregation function fill underscore value is going to be 0. This is underscore, and I'm going to print pivot on. Let's see. We got an error, unexpected argument full value. Let's see, full value. This is going to be fill value, not full value. And again try this. Yeah, now we can see our pivot tables. In pivot tables we have category, accessories, automotives, beauty, clothing, pets, etc. All the products name we have in here. This belongs to a category. Actually, let's not go with product name, instead go with something else. Let's go with payment method. Yeah, it would be better, I guess. It would be a better index. Yeah, now we got category, accessories, automotive, etc. and payment method is debit card, credit card, debit card, and PayPal. We have 3 accessories sold with credit card. We have 1 accessory sold with debit card. We have 1 accessory sold with PayPal as well. Same goes for other columns as well. This is how pivot table is. Let's create another pivot table. pivot2. Let me just use this here. In this pivot table we will use multiple aggregation functions. To do it, pd dot pivot underscore table, then df underscore orders, then index is going to be shipping status, actually values will be total price, values will be total price, then index will be shipping status, and columns will be columns will be category, then aggregation AGGFUNC. Here we can use a list for multiple aggregation function, sum, count, then mean, and we'll do field value 0 by default. Okay, now again print it out below here. Okay, let's go with payment method. Instead of shipping status, this index is going to be payment method. Let's see. Yeah, we are actually getting this category, accessories, automotive beauty, and pet supplies, etc. We are getting 66 columns, 33 for sum, and other 33 is for mean. Hope you understand. Let me make it very small. Yeah, here you see we are getting plenty of tables, plenty of columns. Let me make it bigger. Here under sum we have some columns, and under mean we have some other columns. Actually we have same columns under sum and mean. Values are different. It is actually extending columns.